guys, welcome back again to Dave's Dimension. Welcome back again to Thursday Night Live. We are back in action. I want to welcome everyone back to Dave's Dimension, the channel where chaos and insanity will always reign supreme. And of course, the channel where we cover toys, tech, and what are we doing right now? Well, we're about to do some talking. Now, this stream, I haven't done a Thursday Night Live in a very long time. I could give you guys a whole laundry list of excuses. We were focused on Stream for the Cure. I recently, this past spring, I switched careers. I switched jobs. I left the job I was at for 9 years for a new job. And, if things work out next spring, next spring, we'll be able to do a lot more and possibly upgrade a few things here. But in the meantime, we are still going to be pushing on. I may not be doing toy hunts. I may be doing some strange shifting of my, as you can see, the dimension is kind of going through a little bit of disarray, but we're going to get into that, guys. I just want to welcome everyone. First and foremost, let's take a look at that chat, guys. We got Mega Demon Collects, as always. We got Brodius, Maximus Meridius. There you go. We got Gap After Dark. We got Duffman. And, of course, Mega Demon popping back into the chat. I want to thank everyone for popping through. And like I said, if anyone wants to join the stream, of course, there's the link at the top of the chat if you wish to do so. You don't have to, but hey, it's your choice. Now, a couple things I want to do a quick update for the channel. And I also, I need to kind of clear the air on a lot of things. First and foremost, this is a toy community. We are supposed to support each other, but there's been a few people in the community that have not been doing that. Some people are pushing people under the bus, as it were. Well, here at Dave's Dimension, that's not something we stand for personally. Those channels or those individuals, they're flat out, they're not going to be welcome here, and we're not going to be supporting them, first and foremost, okay? Second, this channel has never been a channel that will read things directly off of a website word for word and pretend as if those are words. That's not who we are. Some channels might go on Twitter and start reading a news story as if they were breaking the news themselves. That's not us. That's just not us. I'm always going to give you guys, nothing is ever scripted here. If I'm having a complete meltdown, if something's not working, I'm going to let you guys know first and foremost. If I'm having trouble unboxing something, I'm going to let you guys know. You guys know when I do my videos, I don't do 20 takes. I do 1 or 2 takes and that's it. It is what it is. I think that humanizes these channels. Recently, I've been personally, if you guys follow my socials on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever, you know that I've been plagued by a bunch of issues with YouTube. I've lost a lot of watch hours. I was very close to getting monetized, actually. That's never been the goal, but it would help out, me and the missus. That would always help us out tremendously if we did get monetized. But, for some reason, YouTube's been being very funny. It's not just, 5 or 6 or even 20 watch hours. We lost over 100 watch hours over a couple of weeks. And I'm still doing the same number of content that I was a year ago. So not quite sure what's going on there. But also, that's on me. That's on me to follow through. That's on me to follow the metrics. That's on me to push forward and try and figure out what we need to do to get those watch hours back. I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to throw other people under the bus. I'm not going to do that on Twitter. I'm not going to do that on Instagram. That's just not who I am. I take ownership for what I do here on this channel. Okay? If things aren't working, it's up to me to try and figure a few things out so we can get it to work. We don't throw other people under the bus. Now, if certain individuals feel salty about that statement, come at me. You know what my socials are. Dave's_Dimension on Instagram. Dave's Dimension 78 at gmail.com. And, of course, Dimension Daves on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call that. If anyone has any gripes, any issues with me, hit me up right there. Or, better yet, hit me up in the comments. I don't delete my comments. They're there for everyone to see. Moving forward, you're going to see a little bit of a different Dave pushing forward, okay? I'm still a good guy. I still care about my friends. I'm still going to be there whenever dark times are heading. But also, I'm kind of done just standing by and letting people do whatever the hell they want to do. Hey, if it's your channel, go and air whatever you want. But when you start pushing people, good people who don't deserve to be treated like crap, well, that's when, I'm going to get up and I'm going to push back. Plain and simple. I'm not a big channel. I never purported myself to be a big channel. I'm just one crazy guy who has a little bit of a crazy collection, a messy room, and like my tagline goes, this is the channel where chaos and insanity reign supreme. I'm always going to be a mixture of everything and anything. So plain and simple, that's where we're going with the channel, guys. Okay? That's where we're going, and I'm not going to be apologetic about it. There are people who've treated friends of mine like crap. My friends are basically my family. Okay? Come after my family, you might as well be saying that shit to me. Plain and simple. Plain and simple, guys. No more pulling punches. We're going full throttle here. Okay? Speaking of full throttle, well, let's just talk week in review. Okay, as you saw the thumbnail, we got a little bit of White Ranger representation. This past week would have been the 50th birthday of Jason David Frank. To me, my favorite Ranger of all time. It's sad that, it's been a year already that he's been gone. He was always for the fans. He was always for content creators. He supported so many businesses during that, which shall not be named. You know what I'm talking about. And it's great that he was able to film his complete filming for The Legend of the White Dragon. I am looking forward to it. Sadly, that does not come out until next year. But I'm definitely looking forward to it. Is it going to be the next John Wick? Is it going to be an Avengers-style movie? No. But I think it is exactly what Jason David Frank meant it to be. It was to be a movie geared towards fans of the Power Rangers saga who are now my age. I mean, I was in high school when Power Rangers came out. 1993, I was a freshman in high school. Freshman at Emerson Vocational High School in Buffalo, New York. I think it was his way of kind of doing a love letter to the fans, giving them that grown-up Power Ranger stories that they never really got. And I'm still psyched to see it. I can't wait for it. Let's just catch up on the chat here. There's Brody. See what we got. Duffman here. Duffman saying hey to everyone. It's the channel of chaos and insanity. You know it. Dang, over one. Yeah, Mega Demon. There's been a lot of tweaks to YouTube's algorithm, and I found myself. I was actually at 2993, or not 2993, but 29, I think 03. So I was like 97 watch hours away from getting monetized. And then I started falling back. And then like in a matter of like the span of 2 or 3 weeks, I lost over 100 watch hours, which is insane. Because this time last year, we had a couple videos on Steel City Con. I was doing unboxes. We had consistent watch hours. In fact, my watch hours on a lot of my content has actually increased from where it was last year. So not quite sure what in the hell is going on there, but hey, it is what it is. But like I was saying, it would have been Jason David Frank's 50th birthday. Kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. We got Gap After Dark saying, please hit that like button. I'd greatly appreciate it. If you guys like the stream, go right ahead and please do. We're also going to be talking about some Hasbro. Now, on my thumbnail, you saw we had some Hasbro, we had some Star Wars, we had a little bit of everything in there. So here's the thing. We're going to go directly to Hasbro right now. And so I can bring this. There we go. Yeah, so they have a Halloween tab right on their website, right? They have a Halloween tab. Is any of this Halloween? No. They have cosplay items under Halloween. Seriously, that's the best you can do. You're going to create a Halloween tab, and you're just going to have basically the regurgitation of items you've not been able to sell or items that you're just now breaking out. I get that these can be geared towards costumes, but come on now. Come the frig on. I mean, seriously. This is your idea of Halloween. Oh, we're going to put up all of our cosplay items, our helmets, our lightsabers, our Indiana Jones props. That's what we're putting up. Seriously? Hasbro, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you, buddy. Hasbro, HasLab, Hasbro Pulse, whatever the frack you want to call yourselves. Wake the hell up. I see better offerings at Walmart. I see better offerings at Target. Sure, you're not Spirit Halloween, but even Spirit Halloween has better props. Or should I say better costume items? Just going to pop up here. Thank you for sharing the stream right there. Dave, don't play. Dave, we don't tolerate. No, we don't. We are not going to do that anymore. Let's call the exactly. That ain't no how exactly. It's no Halloween items. But here's the freaking kicker. If you guys thought this was salty, oh, let's go to the next tab, which is supposed to be their new arrivals. It's September 7th, the first week of September, and they're already schlocking out their Christmas, their sorry, I'm not going to say Christmas, holiday themed Star Wars figures. Okay, here we go. We get our holiday. We get our little holiday, because it's been a thing for the past 2 years that Black Series comes out with some holiday figures, right? We get the Kowakian Monkey Lizard, but he's all in green. We get the Jawa dressed up like he's one of Santa's elves. We get a Nutcracker style trooper here, and we got an albino Ewok with a porg. $27, $28 a piece for these. Unless they're on sale, this is going to be a hard no. I have collected the Holiday Black Series in the past. I have. But this is going to be a hell to the no. I mean, here's the thing. You're missing out big time. Hasbro, Star Wars, whatever you want to call yourselves, you're missing out big time. With Halloween season, did you ever think, what if we did some zombie troopers? I mean, you've already given us Vader with the cracked helmet showing part of Vader's face, right? We know, I mean, if you saw the last Star Wars movie, we saw almost a zombie-like Emperor, right? Give us some zombies. It is in the canon in the books. We had some zombie stormtroopers in the past, but what if we had like a zombie Luke, or what if we had zombie Mandalorians? I mean, or there's a lot of crazy Halloween themed stuff you guys could be doing, but you're not. You're throwing out this holiday stuff in the first week of September. What is your malfunctions? I'm sure they're going to do pre-orders on this stuff. Honestly, is this something am I willing to spend almost $30 on these? Hell no. Because one, take a look at the trooper here. This Purge trooper, one, he looks redunculous. This is a very crap paint job here. Okay. I see they gave us some soft goods here. Oh, he comes with a little robot a little droid that he plays with. Oh, isn't that, get this shit out of my face. Come on. What the hell is this? I mean, what in the unholy hell is that? I mean, let's take a look at these two. It's not, hey. It's not nice to hold a monkey by his tail. Would you like us to hold you by your tail? We don't know. Jawas might have a tail. I'm not going there. I mean, it just seems like piss poor. And let's be honest, Hasbro has always stood. You know what Hasbro is. If you do the Latin translation of Hasbro, you know what it means. Repaints. Hasbro translates the repaints in other languages, and that's exactly what we're getting here. Now, let's scroll down here. Okay, let's take a look at this. We get Universal Monsters crossing over with Transformers. How can we get this, but they can't give us some Halloween-themed Black Series or Halloween-themed G.I. Joes or Halloween-themed Power Rangers? I mean, we've had precedents in the past. And there's a lot of stuff they could do. We get this very they call it a Violet Power Rangers Ultimates. Is this something different? Is this like the evil version of how we got the remastered Rangers? Don't know. That's definitely something to consider. I mean, this looks pretty cool. I'm not too crazy about, like, I don't get this. I don't get the red crystal, the red candle. I mean, I can see the green, as in the Green Ranger. But it's like almost like Rita's wearing her father, Master Vile's colors. That's what this kind of looks like. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's definitely a cool factor to this. It looks very cool. Oh, this is Super 7. This is Super 7 here, so that's why. Okay. And Super 7's doing their thing, but I mean, how is it we can get these kind of spooky kind of offerings right here? We get two kind of Halloween, almost Halloween-esque offerings, but that's all we're getting. Hasbro, come on, you can do better than this. You know you can do better than this. Hell, you can even crawl back into the reissue of the real Ghostbuster cartoon from the 80s. There was a lot of very cool toys that you could have reissued. Done some real, some Kenner reissues of the real Ghostbusters, gave us a bunch of ghosts and monsters and demons like Sam Hain and a whole host of others. You could have gave us a bunch of Fright feature figures for Halloween, and it would have been accepted, and it would have been embraced. Not just by this guy, but by so many other people. You're screwing the pooch here, Hasbro. You're screwing the pooch. And honestly, the Universal Monster Frankenstein, this is not a new figure, so to speak. This is a regurgitation of figures that we have seen in the past. And this comes off more like one of the Cybertronian tanks from way back from Beast Wars Transmetals. I mean, don't get me wrong, he looks cool, but he's a one-off. He's a one-off gimmick. They're not now. If they did a whole series, like they did one of the sweeps, the Transformers, the Decepticon sweeps, as like a Dracula, because you have the wings kind of like a bat. You could have done that. There's so much you could have done. But you're missing out, because every year they do like some kind of a crossover, right? They did one year, they did X-Men with Transformers. They did Back to the Future with Transformers. It just feels like they're kind of missing the options here. They could have done so much more with this. So much more they could have done with this, but they didn't. Let's catch up on the chat here. We got Sentry TMC popping up in the chat. We got Dre, my brother, my fellow host of the Outer Dimensions podcast, which you can catch the Outer Dimensions podcast channel. And that's where we host our podcast every week, where we talk everything movies, past and present. And in fact, next week, we're actually starting a new theme. During the rest of the month of September, we're going to be doing Hispanic heritage, modern Hispanic heritage in cinema. We're going to be starting off with some classics. I'm not going to tell you what they are just yet. You'll have to stay tuned. But we're doing 1 week where we're doing the classics, we're doing horror, and we're doing also some family movies. So stay tuned for that, guys. It's going to, or action, I should say. It's going to be a fun time. So you definitely want to stay tuned. And speaking of the Outer Dimensions podcast, tomorrow, the Outer Dimensions podcast and Collector Safe Space, Dave's Dimension, and a whole host of other channels are going to be hosting a mental health stream. Now, none of us are trained professionals. We are not certified professionals. We're just people, because everyone in every walk of life, you've dealt with some kind of form of mental health issues, abusive family situations, a whole host of things that we've all gone through. And sometimes it's a nice stream to come out, talk about some of the things you've gone through, and also how did this person get through this, or how did that person get through this. It's very therapeutic. That's how I met Dre and a whole host of others a year ago. Now, the original group that brought that mental health stream forward, they are no longer a part of it, but we're going to continue it forward in the spirit that it was meant to help others, meant to share, and just help bring this community back together the way it should be, guys. And that's going to be tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern on the Outer Dimensions podcast, on the Collector Safe Space, on Dave's Dimension, and many other channels. So please stay tuned. We have a lot of guests coming through. We have JJ. We have Colin, EC Collecting. We have a lot of people coming through. So please stay tuned tomorrow and check us out. But getting back to the show here, just want to catch up on everyone here. Collector Safe Space, speaking of the man, there he is, saying, hey, Mega, hey, Duff. And again, guys, if anyone wants to pop into the stream and hang out and give a little additional color commentary, you're open to it. I got my link at the top of the chat. Feel free to do so or not. It's up to you guys. But yeah, I mean, this is a missed opportunity. Does he look cool? Yes, he looks cool from a posing standpoint. I would like to see maybe a black wash on him, do some weathering, because it is Frankenstein after all. I think it is a missed opportunity to do a whole line of it. And the fact that they expect us to drop $30 a pop on each of these. No. I mean, and of any of these, which one would I want to get? Maybe none of them. None of them are speaking to me. And let's welcome William to the chat.
Dave, how you been, man?
Welcome to the Dimension. I dig that shirt.
Yes, sir. How you been?
Not bad. Doing well above ground, you know.
Yeah, man. That's
doing what we can. Well, let me fix this here.
Sorry.
There we go. There we go. So yeah, we're doing a little stream. I was kind of inspired, prompted, let's just say, watching some other streams. I was like, you know what? Nah, I'm gonna do a stream tonight. Let's just do it. And I'm not holding back anymore. I'm no more Mr. Nice Guy in this.
Dude, also, I was listening. I was in my kitchen, and it was that Star Wars thing right there. And when you said, "Get this shit out of my face," I was like, "Hell yeah, Dave, that's awesome." And
take a look at it's Repaint City. All they did was just do a different paint on the Ewok. They did a different paint on the Jawa here and the Koaki Monkey Lizard. And I mean, come on. A Nutcracker Purge Trooper. I mean, that is all just paint.
Yep.
I mean, if these were like molded pieces on here, there's different things that they could do. But no, it's just Repaint City. And that's the sad truth is that's Hasbro's MO. When it comes to Transformers, when it comes to Star Wars, it's Repaint City. How many friggin' Boba Fett's have they come out with in the past 2.5 years?
A lot.
Okay.
I don't collect those or whatever, but I see them. And it's all over.
I have a Star Wars collection to the side, but I have ceased all purchasing. I even have a stack of Black Series I was actually trying to sell. But my local toy shop that buys used and new stuff, they said they're good on Black Series for a long while.
Dang.
So I mean, even they're feeling it. It's like, I mean, it's right now the market as far as like reselling action figures, even if they're still in box, is kind of tough. I mean, your best bet is Mercari or even Facebook, but even then, they're asking for a chunk of that. But then you still have to foot the billing for the shipping, or the customer does.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you, do you think, because you mentioned, I heard Ghostbusters, and then I saw you, we could come in, and I was like, all right, I'm going in. But yeah, do you think they're holding off on the Ghostbuster stuff, like because of the the delay with the movie and the writing strike and all that jazz? Can you hear me, Dave? Oh, snap. I can't hear you.
My mic glitched for a second, so that's not. Don't worry.
Thought it was me.
No, you're good. The writer strike, that has nothing to do with the merchandising. The studios and everything, they kind of have stuff in play. But I mean, we're not getting Ghostbusters Firehouse until March, the end of March of next year, at the earliest. So could the studios be saying, hey, we want to hold off on merchandising? That could be a possibility, but I'm going to throw this at you. When Afterlife originally was supposed to come out, that Hasbro was already announcing that they would be doing stuff.
This is true, yeah.
So the fact that, I mean, like I said before, I mean, with it being Halloween time, they could have reopened the Kenner Vault, and they could have gave us reprints of the old, the Fright Feature characters. there's a whole slew of action figures that they could have pulled out of the vault and just reproduced and gave to us, but they didn't.
No.
They could have even given us, and I know some people might throw shade. Oh, it's the Ghostbuster guys talking about more Ghostbuster stuff. Okay. How come we didn't get like a HasLab of the Firehouse? I'm still hoping for that. A plasma scale Firehouse. Hear me out, right? A plasma series Firehouse. Tell me you would not want that.
Oh yeah, definitely. Even I mean, we've got like 10,000 different Ecto ones and stuff like that. But I mean, give us an Ecto one that
we still have we still are waiting for an Ecto one that the plasma figures will actually fit into, unless somebody is gonna like take the 3D print and upscale it so that it fits them properly. I'm surprised we haven't had anyone do that yet.
Somebody did. I seen it. It was like 2 or 3 years ago. I saw somebody did. But damn, I can't. Like, I have no information on it.
I mean, I'll be honest. Don't get me wrong. I love that they gave us a reissue of the Ecto. In fact, I have 2 of them.
Yeah, me too.
I have one that's still in the box, and I took one out.
Yep, I gave.
And I do have one original Ecto. But I mean, like, they gave us the so-called plasma Ecto. It doesn't even scale properly. I do have it with my Firehouse display, mind you, because Duffman's Diorama, who's often in the chat, he made me a diorama of the front of the Firehouse.
Damn, that's cool.
And I've had people look at it and say, "Oh, is that the Diamond Select?" I was like, "No, take a closer look." They're like, "Oh, that actually looks better." I'm like, saying.
Yeah.
And he made that out of insulation board and magnets. Everything was handmade.
Can you send me a picture of that whenever? I mean,
yeah. I even have pictures on it on my Instagram.
Okay. I'm not a social media dude. Okay. I'll definitely check you out. I'm sorry it's been a while too, Dave. It's been
No. You're perfectly fine, man. But I mean, that's the thing. Their Halloween tab is just their cosplay items. Yep. I'm like, seriously, this is your Halloween tab. You're just going to showcase your helmets so you can try to sell them. Mm-hmm. I mean, you might as well just call it Cosplay Corner. That's what you really should have done. I mean, call it what it is. I mean, they got the reissue of the Power Sword, $220. I'm sorry, I'm not buying it. I mean, if this was Bandai with their diecast, yeah, you're going to get me to spend $200 or $250 for or something like that. But with something that's all plastic and only lights up on one side, no, you gotta come at me better than that. I mean, come on, we got the Darksaber, $280 for that.
Man, I mean,
132 for the Spengler one, and this is version 2 with the orange cap.
Well, I mean, I paid that twice.
This was cheaper when it came out.
Yes, it was.
Now, I'll be honest. I bought this one, the second one, because I had to. Long story short, I sold all my spirit packs because I needed money for some health stuff that I needed to take care of. But one of them was a spirit pack that actually had the silver tip wands. I could have said, you know what, I'm gonna give you a different wands, but I didn't. Because that's just who I am. Like, I was like, you know what? This is the original one. I'm going to give you what I've had on here, and you got that included.
That's cool, dude.
But I mean, it's like, take a look. I mean, this is stuff that they've had in their stock for God knows how long, and it's not even. I mean, they still have the Alien Blaster.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this would be great. Repaint it, and you're good to go.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, seriously, this is what you have. So we got the Z head, which was actually on clearance on GameStop. Same thing with the Infinity, the Stark Infinity Gauntlet here. Mm-hmm. These 2 items have been on sale at other places. Century says the cash grab Black Series stuff is beyond egregious. Yes, it is. It's. I mean, I like right now. The only stuff I've been buying R. McFarlane.
I swear to God, dude, I was waiting. I was like, okay, I'm gonna let Dave talk about his Hasbro stuff. Because no, I'm with you. I'm in the same boat. But yeah, man, McFarlane's the only thing I've been buying. And honestly, man, like the only thing that's really like been grabbing at me is the powers stuff. Oh yeah, no, you've been
The Vampire Superman and got Vampire Batman. I'm waiting for the other I'm gonna do the whole vampire wave probably.
Yep.
Because I love me a good zombie figure.
Yep.
I mean, to me that's what they should have done with Star Wars was they could have gave us a wave of zombie figures. They could have done limited runs to see how the interest, to see how the waters test, but they didn't. They gave us this ridiculous. They give a freaking Nutcracker Surge Trooper. Or a Purge Trooper. Left Coast. No more holiday figures, please, for the love of Star Wars. For the love of no more Life Day figures, please. I mean, it would be something different if this was like, okay, this is a molded piece that they added onto the helmet, or the the kind of like buttons here. If they actually had stuff on there, they could have, but no, they just we're just gonna repaint. We're gonna throw a little soft goods here, and Bob's your uncle.
Mm-hmm.
It's like seriously, that's what you're gonna do. And you're going to make his rifle look like one of the little cheap ass Nerf guns that you've been selling on your website too. You know, because one of the holiday rifles from the Mandalorian, from the holiday one, it looks almost identical to the rifle that the Nerf rifle that they came out with.
Okay.
I mean, it's just, and I mean, you're posing him like he's on the floor playing with it like he's a little kid. Seriously? Yep. I mean, it's so, I hate to say the word, but it's retarded. Mm-hmm. I mean, this is a complete waste. I mean, if anything, if anyone is planning to get these, if this is tickling your fancy and you're going to plan to get these, if you're in the States and you have like the GameStop membership where you get like a $5 coupon a month, use that. Because at least then you're only paying $22.99 instead of $27.99.
Yep.
That's going to be your smart thing to do. Or if you're one of those people who you buy a lot of stuff from GameStop, you save up on points, you get additional savings on top of that. So that's probably going to be your best bet right there. We'll see what happens with this. I mean, I looked out the one year. I was at a GameStop and the one guy knew that I bought Black Series, and he's like, "Hey, I got something you might be interested in." He pulls out this holiday looking figure, right? And he says, I was like, "Oh, how much is this going for?" He says, "You can have it." They received the box, but it did not show up in their inventories. It would not scan in their system, so they didn't know what the hell to do with it. So they just gave it to me. I was like, "Okay, it's a free figure. I'm not gonna turn sideways at it."
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Why don't they make Holiday Rangers, Ghostbusters, Joe's, Batman? I mean, they don't, but they could. Power Rangers has done Halloween and Christmas or holiday episodes in the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. You had Tommy dress up as friggin' Frankenstein. They could have done a whole thing like that. Hell, even NECA could have done that. NECA probably would be the best one to go with. Or even Super 7.
Speaking of, I think it's NECA. The Turtles as the Universal Monster figures.
Yes. Yeah, I've seen them. I've not bought them. That was one thing I couldn't justify because I went in on Gargoyles and got Goliath and I regretted it because one, his tail was an issue and the damn wingspan on those Gargoyles just take up too much damn space. It looks fantastic, mind you, but it takes up too much space.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course they got everybody was like, "Hey, if you want his folded wings, you got to buy this figure to get that."
Yeah,
they know what they're doing, for the most part. Because I don't actually know a single person who went in on the NECA Turtles lair for the cartoon turtles. They're doing like a crowdfunding for that, I think.
Yeah.
and nobody's gone in on it. And if case anyone's wondering, no, I did not go in on the Ghost because one, I have a freeze on buying any Star Wars items right now, and two, I'm not a vintage collector. I'm not a 3 3/4 collector, so that wasn't going to be something in my bag, you know. Plus, odds are anyone who does buy it on the next season of Ahsoka, the ship will get destroyed. So.
Yep.
I mean, like right now, the only thing I'm really collecting is aside from McFarlane, is I've gone in on Joe's GI Joe Classified. I mean, it's one. I was a kid that I only had like maybe 2 or 3 Joes when I was a kid. So this is kind of like the Joes look so good. I mean, well, not this one, but I mean, a lot of the Joes have looked really, really good. Like, I do kind of want to get this mole rat because he kind of looks like he's full on zombie mode. That's just something that really appeals to me. I mean, like, take a look at. I mean, we're getting a Trouble Bubble. We're getting so many different figures, and their figures look really good. Like when. I mean, take a look at Shipwreck. Yeah, he is Kenny Loggins, but he looks really good though. You know, you got his rope. We get guns. Yep. We get the hook. We get the parrot. We got everything here.
Yep.
Oh, come on! Tell me that doesn't look like Kenny Loggins.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Okay. Yeah, Shipwreck's going to be doing Footloose next. You know, yep. I mean, like, take a look at that though. I mean, that is damn good. The sculpt, the hair, I mean, the look, they're killing it. I'm sorry. Since Joe's came out the gates, like, I'm like, when it first came out, I was like, I don't think I'm going to do this. But here I am a couple years later. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going full blown. I'm just going on the ones I really, really want, you know? Yeah. My buddy Dre, he's been able to acquire a bunch of Joes for me, and I've been shipping him stuff that he's been having a hard time finding. So we've been doing like trading back and forth. So I'm going to have a bunch of Joes coming through the pipeline very soon. But I mean, we could the tattoo on his arm.
Yep.
I mean, they make them look good. They make them look like they're brought to life.
Yep. They
took the cartoon and then they cranked it up to 11, man.
They did. I see it.
I mean, come on.
I wanted to get into classifieds, but like, man, I knew if I started, like, I'll just
take a look at Bazooka. He was always kind of like the idiot of the group, and you would hate to be in a dark alley with this guy because you know he would mess you up.
Yes, sir.
But take a look at the accessories here. We get like what? We get 4 different types of rocket grenades here. We get the carrying case right there. We get the launcher and the helmet. But take a look at. I mean, we got the padding connected to the side of the launcher. Like they really looked into everything.
Yep.
Like they thought things through. And this is the second Bazooka because there was a white shirt one.
That's right.
Then we have the red shirt. I mean, you know, yeah, he's got the Magnum PI Kurt, Tom Selleck mustache going on. But hey, that's
who he was.
Yeah.
He was. Am I right or am I wrong? Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. He was supposed to.
And they're giving us his whole name on here and everything. It's not like we had the file folder on the back of the boxes. Remember, yep. And it's not like that. But I mean, we are getting some vehicles. I know some people who've done 3D plans for stuff like the His Tank and others. So I mean, I would love to see them. I mean, I got the Duke Tiger Force cycle. I really dig that. That was actually my first Joe unbox. Was that one?
That's cool.
I mean,
awesome,
Mindbender. I mean, they're killing everything here, man.
Yep.
And it's sad because, okay, let's look at the HasLabs that have fully. Now we know that Ghost is fully funded. We know that the Ghost has, but that's the first Star Wars since the Razor Crest to fund.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, they need to do something because we've had a successful HasLab for Ghostbusters.
Yes, we have.
We've had several successful HasLabs for G.I. Joe.
Oh yeah, dude, G.I. Joe. Holy man.
G.I. Joe has been friggin' killing it between the
dude.
Firefly, Sky Striker, and the Hiss Tank.
Yes, sir.
Those are 3 vehicles. Each one, all the goals met. All the stretch goals met because people, they're so stuck. I mean, if you're fed the same thing every single day and then you get something different, even if it doesn't taste good, it tastes good to you. You know, I mean, we're kind of in a starved environment. Speaking of starved, hey, Kat, coming through the chat. Kat was thirsting for the Superman yesterday when we did our little stream on the Outer Dimensions podcast. We were doing who are the best Superman in live action feature films.
Dave, I love that, man. Oh, dude, I was driving home. I had a long day. I was driving home from work, and I saw it come on, and I was like, "Yes, man." It was long.
We're going to be. It's probably going to be uploaded on Spotify probably Friday night or Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
So because what we do is we usually do every 5 episodes. We'll take the episodes and then we'll do like a block of 5 of them uploaded. Because the week before was Batman. So yeah. So we're gonna have that on Spotify and other podcast platforms. So if people want to listen on the car ride home, you can do that. You know.
Hell yeah.
But I mean, this was a failed piece of crap right here.
Yeah.
I mean, the concept, the idea was awesome. The execution, not so much. I mean, I like the car, but Ghost, you know what I mean? Yeah, but other toy makers have made the car and they've made it better. Because right. I mean, okay, we have the doors opening. Okay, like the trunk, there is a problem. Like, okay, this just looks too. I mean, you can't tell me that you can't weather things because you weathered the Spengler wand. They did a great job weathering the Spengler wand, so you can't tell me that a car is going to be perfectly clean underneath. This is Ghost Rider's Charger. It's going to be put through its paces. You should have muddy tires, some rust on the exhaust. I mean, there was a lot of things they could have done with that, but they didn't.
Absolutely.
The fact that, okay, we get these pieces that go over, but the car's not going to be able to roll with those wheels.
No.
I mean, you could have easily done LEDs with inside the axle part and still have the wheels moving in motion. I mean, people have done that before, but this vehicle used it for Blade.
Mm-hmm.
You could use it for Ghost Rider. I mean, there's a lot you could have done with it. Don't get me wrong, the Ghost Rider, I thought he looked really good. I thought he was pretty good considering things that they've done. But again, it doesn't look like he was properly sitting in the car right.
Yeah.
You know, the dimensions, the spacing of the car did not look right. I mean, that looked awesome. It really does look awesome. But again, for the most part, it's almost like, kind of looks like they almost took a Daredevil type character, type mold, and kind of repurposed a few things. Like this could have been part of the D for Daredevil. You know, I'm just saying. I mean, I don't know. It just felt like things were missing. Like I saw a picture of the back of the trunk, the inside of the trunk. What the hell? It's just a box.
Yeah.
It's just a box. Like you couldn't do like a molded like tire piece, like where he would have had his spare. You couldn't. I mean, if you're going to do a box, build some proper storage for the accessories to go into.
Yeah.
Probably any of the accessories would even fit in. Maybe one piece might fit in there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because that's the thing. If you're going to do like a car, give us some storage. If you're not going to have like an open hood for the front, make that into storage or something. I mean, they're giving us storage with G.I. Joe.
Mm-hmm. No,
everything fits perfectly. I mean, it's like the people who are running Marvel are lazy as hell. Let me scroll up here. I mean, that's it. Like, okay, you're going to give us LED for the tires, but you're not going to make we're just going to put some stickers here. We're not going to make any of this glow.
Dang. Yeah.
You know, because I mean, they could have had like a string of LED lights going across, making this light up, the gauges, and then the lights here. Or if they really wanted to be special, they could add a single little LED pop into the shifter.
Yeah. What was this? You said this is what 349 is what it was.
349 now 350 for this. And you know we got for 350 plus tax.
Yeah,
we got ourselves a proton pack.
Yes, we did.
A proton pack I think was around 400 roughly.
Yeah, you're right.
But still, for only $50 more, we got a proton pack that is 1-to-1 scale, and you and I both know proton packs, if you're lucky, maybe double that price. If you're lucky,
yes,
your average proton pack built is going to be about $1,000 to $1,200 at least.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Because I've built a Ben and Kent proton pack, and trust me, a Spirit 80% scale Spirit proton pack, I've easily thrown $200 to $300 in one of those.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, man, absolutely.
And I'm actually going to be throwing, as soon as I'm done with my HasLab doing my upgrades with that, I am going to be planning to get a 1-to-1 scale Spirit Halloween, and we're going to be rebuilding the Back to the Future pack, my Flex pack.
That's
Mark
cool.
III we're going to be building.
That's cool.
And well, see, that pack was my first pack I built, and that was in 2018. Before I learned anything. I've learned a lot over those years, so this one's going to be a little bit more crazy. So let's just, that's going to be my little passion project coming soon. Coming soon to a dimension near you. We got Vagon popping through the chat. Hey, Vern made one of those. Vern popped through here? Let's see Vern's name here. I must have missed if Hey Vern popped through. I apologize if that's the case. I don't see his name here. Unless he's watching on Twitter or Twitch, because I am actually multi-streaming this to my channel, Twitch, and also to Twitter at the same time.
That's awesome, Dave.
Well, I did the paid subscription for StreamYard, so we can do the Outer Dimension podcast, and we've been getting a lot of reach streaming to multiple channels. Plus, they have this now thing where if you have your own channel, you're a guest, you can actually stream this to your channel also. So that's kind of something fun. Yeah,
dude, I loved that Superman yesterday. Like, man, that was so like because I used to read Superman, but I'm like super out of touch with Superman. Like, I'm
the same thing. Like the last Superman series I actually read is when Superman had died and came back, the reign of the Superman. That's really the last time I read it.
Yeah.
And even like Spider-Man, the last Spider-Man comics I picked up was Maximum Clonage. The whole clone saga with Ben Reilly and Peter, and just when Peter was on trial and you had Kane, and just that. I mean, that's the last time I really picked up those comics. But I still kind of keep in touch with a lot of it. Like, I know everything going on with Miles Morales, thanks to my buddy Dre.
Dude, he loves Miles Morales, dude. It's cool. Like, watching, because Batman, that was my thing, like superhero wise and stuff like that. So
yeah,
him being that age and gravitating towards a specific hero, like that's my guy. Like, man, it's just,
they're doing tremendous things with Miles, and I even have to admit I wasn't psyched to go see Across the Spider-Verse. I like the first one, Into the Spider-Verse,
the
movies. I just watched it and I'm like, okay, they did their damn thing in this movie. For it being an animated movie, they did their damn thing. They left it kind of on a cliffhanger. And me, I'm a person, come on, my channel's called Dave's Dimension. So I love anything that is like different timelines, parallel universes, all that kinds of stuff. I mean, when I was younger, Sliders was one of my favorite shows back in the 90s.
I remember that, man. That's cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, it definitely embraces that, like, what if type situation. And without spoiling it, they do a damn good job with it. And now you're like, I can't wait for the next one. So I won't spoil it for you, but it's Miles is a different Spider-Man all onto himself. Anyone
Yeah.
who's playing the Sony video game, you know, he's a different Spider. You know, he's got his electric powers, which I really dig on that. You know, he's different from Peter. You know, it's kind of like it's reminiscent of Batman Beyond to me.
Yeah. Yep. You know,
You know,
that's yeah.
still a Batman, but not
Yeah.
but not your Batman, but a different Batman. You know, different
Right.
a different Batman for a different age.
Yep.
You
And
know,
I think that's why I like the first movie so much with that. And I think that's, you know, another reason why I enjoy, you know, watching my son be like, man, he's awesome. He's, you know, he's just, you know.
I gotta welcome Power Rangers Cosmic Fury. Thank you,
Oh,
thank you. Welcome to the chat here. Yeah, Dre said, "Yep, Miles is his Spider Man."
yep.
And I still have to do an unbox. I have the Marvel Legends, not the new one, but the one that came out, the Gamerverse one. It came out like a year or two ago. Miles, I have the two versions, the Invisible one and the other one. And I got the two of them together because I wanted to do like Miles, like phasing, you know, going from invisible to being solid.
Yep.
So I saw a buddy of mine, Dude's Nerdery, did that. I'm like, okay, I got to do the same thing. I just have to,
Yep.
you know.
I got I think,
and they're still sealed. They're sitting on my shelf. I still haven't opened. I've had them there probably for a year now.
yeah, last year I think, yeah, this past Christmas we got our son, it's like a Miles Morales statue,
Okay.
comic shop. It was on sale actually. It was really awesome. I'll send you a picture. And then
thank you, Cosmic. Cosmic said a new subscriber in there. Thank you.
and then,
Gap is saying good night. Go ahead.
oh yeah, sorry. In the year before that, I tracked down the Ultimate Fallout 4, I think it is. Ultimate Fallout number 4. Wrong. But yeah, first appearance of Miles. I got that for him because his birthday's on Christmas. So I was like, here you go. Bam. Yeah. It wasn't cheap either. But yeah, that's like,
but the look on his face, I'm sure, was priceless though, right?
Yeah, and he knew exactly what it was too. And that right there was well worth every penny for sure. And it's like one of his prized possessions. So yeah.
Now, one thing I really enjoyed was the Across the Spider-Verse was, I'm one of those people, this is a bad habit of mine, goes back to my high school years. My high school days, I was a roller rink DJ. So I was always listening to sounds. And I used to have this thing where I used to be able to name a song and the artist like within 30 to 60 seconds of a song. Okay. I kind of, that carried over into movies. Like if I'm hearing something animated, I have to try and figure out who the names are, who the voices are. And even in Across the Spider-Verse, there's a lot of people in there, like you're kind of blown away who they actually are. I mean, that's something I got a big kick out of. But I mean, it's definitely something you should watch, even if you're just like a casual Spider-Man fan. The Easter eggs alone, because Across the Spider-Verse, long story short, if you've seen the trailer, you know, you see different versions of different Spider-Man from different universes kind of teaming up.
Yeah.
So you're going to see a lot of Spider-Man. And of course, there's some exaggerations, like Ben Reilly is very dark. Like he talks dark and like he's narrating himself. I'm like, oh God, come on. Power Rangers Cosmic Fury asking how I am. I'm doing good, you know. Hanging out, we're having a good stream, talking about everything that's going on. Thanks for 3K on my channel, guys, those that sub. So Cosmic Fury has his own channel. By the way, Cosmic Fury, if you want to throw in the link for your channel, please feel free to drop it, because you're already a mod in our channel, on my channel here. So please feel free to drop your link at any time. Anyone who is a mod, feel free to drop any of your channel links here, because this channel is always about growing, helping everyone grow. If I happen to grow too, great. You know, if not, oh well. You know, things happen. But I mean, there's like Hasbro. I don't know what Hasbro's doing right now. It's going to be interesting to see what happens, if anything happens. Because of course we got the Spider-Verse movie. I really don't know what the future of Marvel is going to hold.
Right.
since Disney is kind of like, well, we're gonna be reducing what we're doing. I mean, at least I can look forward to Loki season 2. Loki season 1, I was psyched for it, and then when I watched it, loved it even more.
Cool.
It was fantastic. I enjoyed Miss Marvel. Secret Invasion was it was okay,
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of like it was something different that they were doing. I mean, Sam Jackson, him in a TV show, it's kind of a different thing.
Yeah.
He did appear in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. a few times, but that's about it. I mean, I was kind of hoping for Coulson to be like a Skrull or something like that. I was kind of secretly hoping for that, but that never paid off. So
Damn.
it is what it is. I don't expect much out of the Marvels. The Marvels movie that's coming out with Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, and I'm blanking on her name. The Rambo. Blanking on what her name is. I want to say Pulsar or something like that is her name, her character's name.
See, that's off.
Okay. Yeah, that movie is supposed to be coming out. I think it's going to be like more like a buddy kind of like weird buddy cop family kind of weird quirky adventure.
Right.
But it's only like an hour and a half. It's not that long for a Marvel movie. So a lot of people aren't expecting much out of it, which is a shame. Photon. Thank you, Dre. Monica Rambeau, Photon. Because her mother was Maria, Captain Marvel's best friend. So Monica, it was basically like a niece to Captain Marvel.
And Rambo?
And well, her last name was Rambeau.
Right. Okay. Sorry, yeah.
Okay, call me Shervan. Okay. But it's like I don't know what Hasbro's going to do. It's going to be interesting if Rise of the Beasts, Transformers, if the end credit scene of that pays off. I don't know if you saw that one.
No, man, dude, I've been so far behind.
Okay, well, let's just say there's a little bit of an Easter egg in the end credit scene that it's been plastered all over the internet for quite a while. It talks about a certain franchise. That's the Easter egg, G.I. Joe.
Oh, for real? Damn.
So it acknowledges that G.I. Joe does exist in the Transformers universe.
That's cool, man.
So yeah, because the young guy who actually winds up helping the Transformers, he's basically he's at a job interview and the guy's like, hey, we could use someone like you. And he's talking to him, he's like, so how was the food down in Peru? He says, I never said I was in Peru. So government was watching them the entire time.
Okay.
He says, hey, we could use someone like you. Consider. He hands him a card and he flips over the card and it says G.I. Joe.
That's cool, man.
So it's like, okay. I'd rather have what they've been doing with Transformers since Bumblebee and now Rise of the Beasts than anything that they did with Michael Bay. The whole Bayverse Transformers.
Yeah,
retcon it so that never happens, and I'm good.
That's cool. So that's
I'll be honest, I was not psyched about Pete Davidson being in the Transformers movie, let alone being like a main Transformer in that movie. Because I can't stand Pete Davidson. I mean, he looks like an albino crackhead. And I'll be honest, he stole the show. He was actually very funny. He was actually very likable as Mirage. So I mean, it was a really good movie. And anyone who's a longtime Transformers fan, especially if you followed it over in Japan as well, they threw in some Easter eggs in there that really will blow people away. But I mean, that's the thing. It's like if they keep the team that made Beast, the Rise of the Beasts, and they keep the team that did Bumblebee. They keep those guys in place. That's who should be pushing it forward. That's who should be guiding it or stewarding it. Just like when Disney Plus did the Star Wars series, they gave Dave Filoni and how am I blanking on his name? I'm gonna kick myself in the ass for this. The guy who directed the first Iron Man movie. You know who I'm talking about.
Damn.
Dre, help me out. You're in the chat. Jon Favreau.
There you go. Yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau have been killing it. I mean, Mandalorian, they've been doing a great job with. Book of Boba Fett had a slow start. It had its issues, but I really think the studio was interfering with Filoni and everything. The first 3 episodes of was it first 3 or first 4? First 4 of Ahsoka, killing it. Absolutely killing it. And this is someone who's never watched Rebels. I'm just now watching Clone Wars for the first time ever. So I know nothing about Ezra. I know nothing about Sabine. I don't know anything about anything. So I'm watching it with fresh eyes on it, and I'm enjoying it.
That's cool, man.
And I'm not going to give any spoilers, but you can see why the characters why the characters have certain motivations.
Mm-hmm.
Without even knowing their backstory, I can understand why they're making certain decisions. Without giving things away. And I think, let's face it, Hasbro has tried to make movies. And, I mean, the 2 G.I. Joe movies, they're fun if you want to see things get blown up and you want some smart aleck kind of comedic catchphrases. That's about it. There's no substance to it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the second one, when you have The Rock as Roadblock, it's The Rock in an action movie. You're going to see him blow stuff up and you're going to enjoy it,
With The Rock was Roadblock?
I thought he was I want to say he was Roadblock. Because the first one you had
I'm not saying I haven't seen any of
Channing Tatum as he was Duke.
Duke, right. Yeah.
And you had Marlon I think it was Marlon Wayans was forgot what character he played, but I don't think he was the main guy. He was just kind of the comedic relief in there. I mean, you had Randy, or not Randy, but Dennis Quaid was in the first one. I mean, you had a lot of good people. You had Bruce Willis in the second one. It could have been better than what it was. It felt like they took the idea. It's like if you took someone's clothes and then you try to dress someone else up in clothes and try and pass them off as the original person.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like it was trying to be a G.I. Joe. It had promise where it was trying to go, but it didn't stick the landing. I mean, Christopher Eccleston from Gone in 60 Seconds, Thor 2, Dark World, and of course from Doctor Who, he was the ninth Doctor. I mean, he's a great actor, and having him as Destro, I thought it was good, but you basically took him from being this evil mastermind to being this sniveling underling by the time the movie was over.
Dang.
And the person who winds up being Cobra Commander, you're like, really? Seriously? And it's just it fails on a lot of levels,
Did Cobra Commander did it end up being a woman or something?
No, you ever see Third Rock from the Sun?
That's the thing. That's the problem. No, I haven't seen it. You know what I mean? I haven't seen.
Jordan was it Jordan Levitt Hewitt or whatever, however you say his name is. He was
Gordon Levitt.
Gordon Levitt, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He winds up being Cobra Commander by the end.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a whole weird, twisted thing. It totally missed the mark. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not as bad as Eternals, but you know, it definitely had some things going on there.
Yeah, I didn't. Man, I'm so far behind. Like I just
And
did.
I know that Hasbro wants to develop and do. They want to have more control with movies, more to do with producing movies. It feels a lot like if you're a wrestling fan. WWE created WWE Film Studios.
Mhm.
And that's when they're doing like The Marine, 12 Rounds. You know, they tried creating movie franchises for the wrestlers. Except
Oh,
now, and it's
okay.
now they want to now Hasbro wants to develop all their toy brands into motion pictures.
Damn, see, I
And
didn't.
it's
But I
huh?
do. I the Marine and all that other stuff. Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The first one, the first Marine with John Cena was actually very enjoyable. And then you had Ted DiBiase's kid do the other Marine movies, and I think even the wrestler known as The Miz did a couple of those. 12 Rounds. You had John Cena in the first one, and then you had like Randy Orton do the second one. I forget like who did the other ones. I think it might have been Dean Ambrose and a few others. Uh, did they relaunch Engine of Vengeance? No, we were just reminiscing about this very horrible disaster that it was.
Yeah.
Vern's in the chat here. Vern, hope you're doing good. Yeah, we are just talking about like some of the craziness, especially with the how like this was Hasbro's idea for doing a Halloween like a Halloween offering. They're just rehashing all their cosplay like merchandise, which is a complete and utter waste. And Vern, I'm sure you
Don't you think?
saw
Don't you
their Halloween or their holiday offering.
Damn, I like that Magneto helmet though.
No, the Magneto helmet is definitely fire, but here's a question. Do they have any kind of adjustments on the inside? Otherwise, it's just going to be like a weird bucket that doesn't sit right on your head.
That's true.
Because I'll be honest, I had the War Machine helmet. I have room in there.
That's cool.
Power Rangers helmet, not so damn much. Because I have a wide head and it just does not fit right in there. I mean, I'd be better off spending $200 or $300 and have somebody actually make like a Green Ranger helmet to fit my head. $300 or $400, but then you're going to get a lot of quality with that. It's not going to feel like a little cheap piece of plastic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Vern. Here, these are your figures, Vern. I ordered them all. That's what he said. Are you going to be head swapping these? Because I really want to see you try and head swap the Jawa with the Nutcracker Purge Trooper. I really want to see that happen.
But yo, Dave, I'm gonna go ahead and jump off here, man. Thank you so much for.
No, not a problem, man. You're always welcome.
Dude,
you have yourself a great night.
Dude, I appreciate it so much, man. Yeah. Send me those pictures, man.
Yep, we'll do. Take care.
Much. Later, man.
And then there was one. Doesn't sound like any holiday cheer in here. Oh, hell no. I mean, we get these offerings. It's already the first week in September, and we're getting these holiday themes, or should I say, sorry, Life Day themed Star Wars offerings at $27.99 a piece. That's going to be a big hell no right there. For this year's crossover with Transformers, they're doing Universal Monster Frankenstein, and that's the only one that they're doing. Of course, he turns into a tank. I mean, he's just a repaint of figures that they've done before. Sad but true. But I think it's a missed opportunity because I think they could have done a whole line of Universal Monster crossover with Transformers, and I think it would have been pretty popular. You say he may only get the Purge Trooper. That Engine of Vengeance fail really made a name for Ramen Toys. Yes, it did. With their Ramen Racer. What better to go with your noodles than your Ramen Racer, right? Yeah, it's just a big mess. And we got this Super 7 Ultimates Rita Repulsa. They're calling her Vile Violet because she's got her father was Master Vile, so she's rocking the Vile colors. Marvel Zombies around Halloween. You know, honestly, they should have. I said this before. They should have done Black Series zombies. It would have been something new, and I think they would have really killed it. I mean, I have my zombie Cap. I have zombie Stark still in the box. I have to open them up at some point. I mean, there's so many. I mean, give us some zombies. I mean, give us something. I mean, if you're just gonna do a repaint. That's all this is. If you're gonna do a repaint, why not give us some zombie stuff? You have precedence in the canon of Star Wars books to do so. But also, I mean, come on, you've already given us didn't they do a Vader where his helmet's cracked open and you can see some of his face? So, I mean, you could do stuff like that, like some cracked stormtrooper helmets and they're decomposing. You know, what if you had a zombie Luke, or there's a whole universe, whole galaxy, pun intended, of what they could have done. And I mean, look at the repaint. It's just repaint city all over the place. And they made his rifle look like it looks like one of the Nerf rifles they would have came out with. A Santa version of the Emperor for Christmas. Yes. Hey, Vern, why don't you do a custom? I'm sure you can do a custom by Christmas, get an Emperor figure and just customize them. But I'm like, look at some of the stupid, like he's playing with the droid on the floor. I mean, look. Go back to that one. Come on. Seriously? He's playing on the floor with the droid. If Vader saw that, he would force choke the hell out of him, let's be honest. Yes, and Nerf, definitely. It does. I really don't know what the hell Hasbro's trying to do. I mean, we can officially say that their HasLab, Star Wars has a winning HasLab finally with the Ghost. I mean, the Ghost is fully funded. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a great looking ship, but one, I'm not a vintage collector myself. I'm not. And plus, I don't have the room for something like that. So there was no way I was going to do that for 500. I mean, that's 100 more than my Proton pack was. That's insane. So I bought none, just like I bought none of NECA's turtle layers. I don't know anyone who really did buy one of those turtle layers. I'm actually in the process of shopping for parts for my Spengler HasLab Proton pack because I'm doing upgrades to it. So if anyone who's a Ghostbusters fan, you can stay tuned for those offerings coming soon to a dimension near you. I am trying to do streams again on a regular basis. I'm trying to recapture some hours, trying to work a little bit of magic. But again, guys, don't forget this Friday, that is tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. Eastern on the Outer Dimensions podcast channel, on Dave's Dimension, and also on the Collector Safe Space and on many other YouTube channels. We're going to be hosting a mental health stream. So we're inviting everyone to come join us. We all go through stresses in life, whether at home, work, family, whatever situation is. It can be a little bit stressing, and we're inviting everyone to come join us tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. It's going to be a 1-hour stream. We have a whole lineup of guests coming through. It's going to be a great stream, and I hope you guys will join us. Again, that it will be tomorrow at 7 p.m. on Dave's Dimension, the Collector's Safe Space, which is Dre's channel, and also on the Outer Dimensions podcast channel, and on many, many others. We have a lot of guests coming through. It's going to be a fun time. And we hope you guys will join us. And if you can't join us, please catch us on a replay on any of those channels. And also, I'm going to try and see if I can do streams. I may not do Thursday nights because Thursday nights are very cluttered with a lot of other great channels, like Hey Archer. He does his streams on Thursday nights at 8:15 or 8:15 ish. Please check out the Hollywood man himself, Hey Archer, and they're affiliated. So please join them. And also, don't forget to join them in the mornings. Usually in the mornings, they do their morning coffee. So please join them. And also, my friend Oakhurst Studios, Vern, he's got his Toy Duo stream that he does every Saturday afternoon that you want to check out. So please don't miss that. But also, guys, Dave's Dimension has actually branched out into doing video game streams. Last week, we had a horrible disaster of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, the new DLC, which I believe was Dimension Shell Shock, no pun intended. It's definitely a survivor mode. It is a survival mode. If you ever play that, make sure you team up with people. That was my mistake. I was trying to go solo. It did not go so well. So lessons learned on that. We're going to be doing some other streams. I'm looking at possibly doing maybe some Fortnite streams. I will be inviting people to come join me on. We may be doing Destiny. We may be doing some Call of Duty. We may be doing some other games. I'm going to see what's out there and what people are liking and what they don't like. And we're going to come up with some more stuff. You said injection molded. When you coming in, Dave? Coming in for what? Your stream? Am I getting an official invite? Let me know. You know how to reach me. You can reach me on Instagram or on Twitter. Or should I say the X? Elon Musk, he's got issues. His issues have issues. And I'm still kind of trying to reorganize the dimension here. Like, as you guys can see, I got boxes of stuff all over the place. I'm working on the Proton Pack in the back. I have an empty section right behind me because that's where I'm planning to put a bunch of my Joes. I got a crap load of Joes that I need to unbox and get out. So we have that going on, but I'm also looking at parts to upgrade my Spengler pack with. So yeah, I have a massive overhaul plans for my Spengler pack. All the little transistors, like these pieces, I'm planning to remove all the plastic rubber ones and putting actual ones on there. We have a lot of stuff, planned. I mean, I have 3 kits saved in my cart right here. These pieces, I have a lot of upgrades planned. So, well, message me when you have some openings and we'll see what I can plan as far as Saturdays go. Wait, you're going to mod your Proton? I've already started modding it. I've actually cracked it open. I've actually opened up my Proton Pack, and I've already done a upgrade that, because usually the Proton Pack, after a couple minutes of running, it will turn itself off to conserve power. I've already installed a Keep Alive board in my Proton Pack that I got through a manufacturer by the name of FrankenGeek. He makes upgrades for Spirit Proton Packs and for HasLab Proton Packs. And actually, I'm going to pull up that video so you guys can actually take a look at it. I know it sounds kind of scary opening up a HasLab and doing modifications to it. But when you're a Ghostbuster, that's pretty much what you do. Just pull it up here real quick. If I can find it. It looks like it's... No, there we go. Just put this right here. So, yeah, this... ads on here. You got to love the ads, right? YouTube and their ads, and I'm not even monetized. Don't tell Super John. He says that when I paint a figure, I devalued it. I wonder what he would say about this. 2 commercials. Wow. Gotta love that. If only I was monetized. Oh, well. So, yeah, as you can see, I have the pack opened up. That's a little pad that they give you to actually, stick to the inside. But yeah, there's a little board right there that you connect to. So basically, I do a bunch of wiring, moving some wires around, and we got it running. So the purpose of this was, well, I did two things. I disconnected the battery compartments so that it will not run on 4D batteries anymore, and I have a rechargeable battery pack, which will run it for hours upon hours or even days. And it'll just keep on running and running. So that's one modification I did. I did put the hazard tape across the front bumper. I am planning to remove, as you can see here, this yellow hose. I'm going to be I already replaced the original. I'm going to be replacing that with a hazard tape or the hazard pattern version of it. So yeah, I have a lot more mods. You see all these like copper, like plastic wires. I'm replacing those with real ones. So yeah, I'm doing a lot of stuff. I'm going to be doing some major upgrades because, well, I kind of have to. When you're a Ghostbuster, you never stop modifying your proton packs. Either you're doing repairs or you're making upgrades. And these are just little rubber wires that just kind of peg into place. So I'm going to put some permanent stuff in there. Yeah, this is the Frank-N-Geek Keep Alive kit through Frank-N-Geek Industries. You can find Frank-N-Geek on Facebook. So anyone who does have proton packs out there, whether it's a HasLab or Spirit, you definitely want to check him out. He's great. He will work with you even if you do custom cosplays. He makes the internal circuit boards for doing the lights and sounds and everything, and he can even do custom jobs. So you guys definitely want to check him out. But yeah, that was a nice little fun project. I did an unbox, reached out to him, told him like, hey, because he told me he did not have anyone who did any videos. So I said, well, I just ordered your set, so I will do an unbox video and an install. So yeah, very cool. Well, the center part is the cyclotron itself, and I am going to be doing upgrades for that. Power Ranger Cosmic Fury, Vern is saying hello. Cosmic Fury. In fact, I'm looking forward to Cosmic Fury. I'm really excited to see what's going to happen, especially the fact that David Yost, the Blue Ranger, is part of it. I'm looking forward to that. But guys, it's almost 10:30. I want to thank everyone who's popped through the stream, everyone who popped through the chat. Again, anytime I'm live, I always have a link open so anyone can pop in. If anyone wants to join in and hang out with me, you guys are always welcome. Vern, Cosmic Fury, Collecting Star Wars, anyone. I want to thank everyone who's popped through. We had William G pop through. We've had just a ton of people come through in the chat. I want to thank everyone. Vern is saying hello to Steve-O. Steve-O, of course, Collecting Star Wars. I want to thank everyone. And I also want to remind everyone out there, I know that times have been tough. Things have been crazy, especially on YouTube here. When things are not going your way, we need to vent at times, but never take your frustrations out on other people. If things with your channel are not going well, do not throw people under the bus like I've seen people do. I myself, I've openly said I have had issues with my watch hours crashing, but that's on me to fix. This is my channel after all. It's my content. It's my ship. I need to steer it the right direction. I'm not going to throw other people under the bus. I'm also someone who's not going to sit around and say, "Oh, well, I'm going to do this. One door closes, another one opens." That's not me. You see a problem, take a look at the situation, and you have to ask yourself, okay, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing right? Or what do I need to do sideways? You have to look at things at different angles. You got to check it out, dial it in, and amp it up. And that's what Dave's Dimension is going to do. And that's what I'm urging everyone else out there to do. Don't blame others for your misfortunes. Try and figure out what you need to do to find that right frequency, that right combination, so you can step up and make that change. Okay. First thing, they always say, First step to recovery is admitting you have a problem. Well, if something's broke, I need to figure out what I need to do to fix it, or do I not fix it and just find another way to get it to work? So, guys, that's what I'm here to say. Again, I want to thank everyone for stopping through. Again, I want to remind everyone tomorrow, Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern on Dave's Dimension, the Collector Safe Space, and also on the Outer Dimensions podcast, among other channels, we're going to be hosting a live stream for mental health. Me, Dre of the Collector Safe Space, and many, many others we're going to be have a whole hour, maybe a little bit longer, just hanging out, talking about, the stresses of life, work, and everything in between. And what do we do to combat them? Or what approaches do we take? And no, none of us are licensed professionals. We're just people who've gone through life, gone through ups and downs, and might have a unique perspective to bring to you guys. So we're hoping that you're going to join us tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern, and also every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, the Outer Dimensions podcast, where we discuss movies of all kinds, past, present. We might occasionally talk about a future movie now and again, but we are beginning our series on Hispanic heritage in cinema, and we're starting off with some modern classics. When I say modern classics, these are movies that eventually started out around the 80s and 90s, and these are definitely, if you see these, you're going to recognize them as some classics. Whether you're Hispanic or not, these are movies you're definitely going to appreciate, and they're going to bring back the memories and the feels. I guarantee it. So please join us every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. And if you can't, catch us on a replay on YouTube or wherever your podcasts are found. Yeah, that's right. The Outer Dimensions podcast is also found on Spotify and other platforms as well. So guys, until next time, let's just catch up here. Grace says truth. Rock on. Thank you. Collected says, we're all well said, Dave. We're all here to support each other. Indeed. I just love to sub to others and support them. Keep pushing, guys. And my buddy Dave, thank you very much, Power Rangers Cosmic Fury. And my pleasure, Wars. And guys, until next time, you know what I'm going to say. I say it every single time. Keep on busting. And I will always catch you on the flip side. Take care, guys.